Okay, moving on with indices. We want to look at the product of indices. Product of indices. Now, what happens when something is raised to more than one power, like this? A to the power n, and then you have brackets, then to the power m again. So A is being subjected to two powers, n and m. The simple thing that happens is the two powers multiply each other, right? So for example, if I have 5 to the power 2, then to the power 3, that gives me 5 to the power 2 times 3, it gives me 5 to the power 6, right? The two powers simply multiply each other, right? Now, what if I have more than one number in the brackets? So let's say I have something like this. I have 2x squared y cubed then to the power 2. Now we know that if we have brackets, brackets mean that the power outside must affect everything, right? Now, if you really think about it, 2 is just the same as 2 to the power 1, right? So this power 2 is going to multiply everything. 1 times 2 gives you a 2 there. 2 times 2 gives you a 4 there. 3 times 2 gives you a 6 there. Then if you want, 2 to the power 2 is a 4. You have x to the power 4, y to the power 6. That's the result. Right. In some cases, you can have something outside the bracket. So you can have 2, then x squared and y cubed are in brackets. So this power 2 no longer affects 2 because 2 is not inside the brackets. Okay? So 2 remains 2, but these are affected. So 2 times 2, x to the power 4. 3 times 2, y to the power 6. So that's what it looks like there. Okay, now let's talk about having negative numbers. Let's imagine we have minus 1 to the power 2. Now, minus 1 to the power 2 gives you minus 1 as the answer. Why? In this case, the minus sign is not affected. The minus sign just remains. And 1 to the power 2 is 1 times 1, which gives you your 1. This is different from something like this. Minus 1, then you put brackets, then to the power 2. When you put brackets, it means that you're squaring minus 1. So it's minus 1 times minus 1. And we know that a negative and a negative give you a positive. So the result becomes a positive 1. Now, if we raise the power again and go to power 3, this means it's minus 1 to the power 3 minus 1 times minus 1 times minus 1. So whereas it would have become positive on squaring, on raising to the power 3, because you're multiplying by another negative, it returns to negative. If you raise to the power 4, it returns to positive. If you raise to the power 5, it returns to negative. So what pattern are we seeing here? If you have brackets and a negative, when the powers are even numbers, right? Even numbers. Even numbers are numbers you can divide by 2 without leaving a remainder. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. If these powers are even numbers, it means your result is going to be positive. If the powers are not even numbers, the result is going to be negative, given that there were brackets. However, if there are no brackets and there's a negative, the answer is always negative because the negative sign is unaffected by this power. So you can proceed to do the next set of questions.